And now, ladies and gentlemen, of a very different old world, we're going to be jumping back into Crusader Kings 3. So this is going to be our first playthrough here on the channel, and we do have a very specific goal, and that goal is going to be to create the Kingdom of Ireland. So the campaign you guys saw on the stream I did with Italian Spartacus and several other creators was taking place in the year 1066, I believe, so we started in a more advanced time period, but this one is going to be during the Wrath of the Northmen, so things are going to get pretty wild for sure. It's gonna be a tough start, but nonetheless, it's going to be 866, which the time period does have some very distinct differences, at least in my very anecdotal experience. Now, just a disclaimer, I don't know much about history. I'm not much of a history buff myself. I do enjoy a good history piece, of course, but I'm not as knowledgeable as I'm sure many of these other CK3 folks are. But I'm going to be trying my best to have a good time and be entertaining here with you guys, and hopefully we'll be able to conquer Ireland and survive the Wrath of the Northmen. As you can see here, we already have Jarl Ivar the Boneless. So he's pretty scary for sure. I mean, he doesn't have any levies in this particular region, but his standing army is insanely strong. This dude does not mess around, and you can see he has a bunch of territory all the way up the coast here. So we're going to be playing a relatively small earldom here. It's going to be the Earldom of Ailech here. And the region, I believe, is called Meath. Let's go ahead and zoom out here. Yeah, you can see it's Meath. So we're going to be trying to expand our territories and just survive the Wrath of the Northmen and eventually unify Ireland and create the Kingdom of Ireland. That's going to be our goal. I could lose, which would be, totally fine. I think it's actually quite cool when campaigns are able to crush you and defeat you. But let's take a look at what our faction brings to the table. So for our faction lord here, we do have the High Chieftain Gormlaith, and he's got some decent traits. He's compassionate, so diplomacy. He loses out on intrigue, but honestly, I'm not as big of a fan of intrigue in this time period. I feel like kind of the scheming and machinations is a little bit better for more the 1066 start. Really, I just prefer the aggression and warrior traits. So we do have content as well, which is good for learning and stress loss. It also helps you with your lieges and vassals, which I think is really good. And, we're not going intrigue anyway, so having content plus compassionate, they actually go quite well together. Our other trait, unfortunately, is stubborn, so that's going to, lower our lieges and vassals' opinion. But we get plus 20 and plus 10, so it does pretty much counterbalance the stubborn. And this is good. It gives you stewardship, which allows you to have more holdings. If you look up here in the top right, you can see the holdings. So this is dependent on your stewardship traits from your combined characters and whatnot. But so yeah, we're going to be able to hold pretty well. We do have tough soldier, and we do also have flexible leader. So he's a very well-balanced character. If you look at our stats, he's not like one of those characters that has 19 martial skill and like 0 of something. His intrigue is terrible, but we don't really care about that. We're going to be going, obviously, for a more militaristic lifestyle, but he also has learning, which is really nice, so we get more monthly prestige. He's got decent martial traits, not the best, but it should be okay. Decent stewardship, like very well-rounded, not like more of a jack-of-all-trades type character. And the wife we have here is lazy, fickle, and wrathful. A wonderful combination of traits. I'm sure she's going to be very helpful here in this campaign. But that is it. As far as our faith goes, we are insular Christianity. So the sins for this trait are, I believe, lustful, gluttonous. We have greedy, sadistic, and vengeful. So these are all things that can hurt our faith. And the virtues, of course, are chaste, which we're not about that life, man. We're going in deep today. We got temperate, we got generous, we have compassionate, and forgiving. So we do actually have compassionate, which is quite nice. So you can see it's male-dominated. It's pluralist here. So county conversion speed minus 20%, and counties of other faiths are less likely to join factions, reduce danger from heresies, win at low fervor. Winning a holy war will vassalize infidel rulers in their target area instead of seizing their land. Oh, all right, interesting. Temple holdings are leased out to their holder's realm priest, who then serves as a theocratic vassal. I'll show you that in just a second. And we do also have this. Other Christian faiths that have ecumenism doctrine are considered astray instead of hostile. So, yeah, and you can also see the marriage parameters and all this other stuff. Bastards can be legitimized heirs in the house or dynasty, which is cool if I approve it. So you guys get the picture. You guys have probably seen this. But the game is very complex. I'll do my best as we do go through this Let's Play here to describe things as I go through, because I'm still a bit of a noob at this game. I would say a pretty substantial noob, but I understand the very core basics of this game, especially with the earlier time period. As it gets more advanced, I start to struggle a little bit, but we should be all fine, man. So that's that. You can see here we do have our, if you go to taxation, you can see the alms and pacification. That is what it's talking about. And you can see it's leased to our bishop here, your boy. So he's basically just taxing the people. Good times for all. So if we look at our starting region, our development is really poor. We definitely need to improve that. Our control is quite good, and we do have our lifestyle to choose. So our character, because of your martial education, you gain 20% more in this lifestyle. And honestly, in the earlier time period, I feel the martial traits are really good. And you can see we're pretty, close to getting overs here, which is really good. Martial, stewardship, control growth. And as you're expanding and conquering, control over territories is really important. So Authority focus is good. You get +1 here, but you also get dread and regional control. So we're going to go for authority focus there for our main character. And now we got to marry our lad here. So this is our son and player heir. He's got fickle, lustful. Oh, there you go. Well, I actually like lustful a lot. It's sinful to our faith, which is a bit of a problem. But it's really good for making a ton of offspring there. Fertility +25%. This guy doesn't mess about. He gets in there, man. We got fickle as well, which is something. And Craven. Craven is pretty crappy. You lose martial prowess. Yeah, this one. He doesn't die in battle as easily, but it's a pretty crappy trait. So, yes, we need to arrange a marriage. So we're going to go here. Excuse me, guys. We have some alliance options for sure. So we can go with a Princess of West Francia. So if we zoom here, we can go here and right-click on it, and then you can actually jump over to that location by just doing this. So you can choose allies in terms of, regional strength, like military power. These guys are obviously quite powerful. And you can also sort by any number of things, like how they feel about you. And if you want to get even more specific, you can toggle filters and you can search for inheritable traits. So if you're looking more so to have like really powerful offspring in the like long term, you want to look for things like comely here. We might actually have an option here. This gives us an allegiance. She is Norse. Let's see where these guys are. Okay. So that's Iceland, I believe. Yeah, that's like Iceland up there. Yeah, okay. So how is their military strength? You see, the thing is, they would come down and help us probably, or at least help fight some other Northmen. She's brave, generous, and arrogant, which does give us extra prestige, but she also has the quick trait, which is really good. So I think we're going to go for this. I know there's stronger alliances. Let's see what their military strength is. Yeah, they're pretty weak. Like, if you compare them to... so let's turn this off right now. Here we go. So if we go and look at, like, West Francia, for example, they're... I mean, come on. That's pretty strong, dude. I think we got to go for, since we're like in more of a conquest situation. Yeah, they're currently just, they're not at war with anyone. This is like really the way to go, I think. How old is he? 16. It's a match made in heaven. I mean, she's gluttonous and arrogant and lustful as well. Oh, that's good. So that means when the time comes, we got double lustful characters. They're going to be going at it in the sack, man. So yeah, I think we're going to go here. We'll offer this, and that's going to be the start of our... And what's really cool is our character, like our king, or our earl, I guess you could say, not our king. He, high chieftain, I guess. Okay. He actually has a bunch of children already. So that's your son. We probably need to appoint ward. Yeah. So let's see. There's your other daughter as well. She's lustful. Man, this whole family is just getting ham here, dude. So yeah, we can form an alliance here as well. So we have 2 characters to marry off for alliance power, which is really, really good, actually. We want to make sure to take characters from different factions, most likely. So this is with... Okay, let's see how strong he is. That's pretty strong. No current enemies, which is great. He's ambitious, vengeful, and callous. Okay, so we could do this. We obviously could go for the matrilineal hook. They won't accept that, but that would mean, it's just nice to get an ally out of this, really. So let's go ahead and send the proposal here. I'm sure there's better things I could be doing, guys, but we're doing it. Nominate a successor. Dude, the lustful son is like... He's not going to be the best ruler. His stats are pretty poor. He's more of an intrigue character, but like he is lustful, so that means he's just going to be pumping out them kids. I got to cast my vote here. Half brother and champion, sadistic, shy, and shy is a terrible trait. Oh god. You know what? So be it. All right, son, you could be our mighty lustful ruler. So yeah, now we need to get some spouses for ourselves. So obviously, I believe our character is capable of having, secondary spouses, which is good. This is where you can obviously go for alliance power as well. Yeah, with like some of the neighboring regions. And that's fine. I'm going to be conquering more. I think I have more powerful enough allies. I'm content there. So what I'm going to do here is go for, intelligent is such a good trait. So 100% we go here. Look at her stat line. That is so good. Yeah, man. Okay. So what does she have? Diligent, wrathful, and ambitious. That is a really, really good character. So we'll send the proposal there. Let's go ahead and keep searching for traits because we want to like make sure the children are just... Robust is good too. She's got decent stats. That's fine. Okay. The children need to be educated. My character does have decent learning, so I'll go ahead and do that. And the wife, not the most learned folk. So something that's pretty useful here. Let's see who has good learning in our council here. 9, 10... I mean, so what we'll do is we'll get the bitch up, and he can educate one of our children also. He can educate the daughter. No, she's fine. Can educate our youngest son. That'll actually improve our relations with him too. You can see he gains up to 15 opinion. So having a vassal or a character in your court educate one of your children is a really good way to actually do that. So, all right, a guardian here. I shall be your guardian. That is fine. So now we need to go to our council. You can have your main character, your wife, assist you. We're going to have her assist with chivalry because that will help us in combat. Our priest, we don't really need to fabricate claims yet. I'm pretty sure we can just declare wars as is. We have some claims nearby. Yeah, like, we're totally fine. So he's going to go religious relations. And then we're going to have this chancellor. He's going to go for domestic affairs. Increases vassal opinions. Loss of crown authority. Domestic gives us prestige per month. We'll go for foreign affairs here. And then we're going to go collect taxes. No, we're going to increase development in this county because it's god-awful. Organize the levies is fine. It's actually pretty good too. Lowers men-at-arm maintenance, yeah, and helps with the martial skills. And we're just going to disrupt schemes here. Excellent. So we're going to go ahead and start. We'll be playing at like 2 to 3 speed. There'll be times when I do speed it up, but cool. So now our alliances are forming. Those are the various marriage requests that are coming in here. We actually can take one more wife here. Yeah, you can see. Yep, the big boys. That is pretty nice, man. So we need to turn off this filter now because there's no more options there. And this is with Ormond. We'll just take someone. Ooh, she's got some pretty good martial skill, I guess. Definitely like some high learning would be welcome. Great. Because we can use them to mentor characters and things like that. All right, so our main region is here. So first things first, let's go ahead and go to our military. Yes. Pour in those glorious alliances. We'll pause here for a second. So we have 4 men-at-arms slots. We have 400 levies. We're definitely going to be taking an aggressive posture. So I think we'll start off by getting some bowmen. Bowmen are great. You can see they get terrain effects, and we're mostly fighting in hills, and they get a bonus in hills, which is good. So you want to like look at the terrain benefits in like your local region. These are wetlands here, and how do they do in wetlands? No downsides or pros or cons really. And then we can create some light footmen. Light footmen are a good counter against. Let's go ahead and go back here. Our levies and light footmen. What do they counter? Heavy infantry. Okay. So they counter heavy infantry, which is fine. Probably not going to run into too much of that in the early game. They get a bonus fighting in the jungle and then taiga and then in the forest as well. So the neighboring regions we're going to be invading is probably up here right away. And this is plains mostly. We could also go for pikemen, but just to save our resources, I think we're just going to create a regiment of those guys, which is fine. Anything else we want to do? We definitely want to search for a court physician right away. Because, you know, it would suck to lose an important character or family member simply because of that. All right, everything looks good. The children are being educated at the moment. Our court is doing its thing, would make a good vassal. So yeah, we can, you know, obviously vassalize those characters. And the wife doesn't dig me too much. So we're going to go ahead and try and sway her. Use a sway scheme here. We're going to take the cheaper physician just because I don't want to go into debt. So we now have a physician in our court. Yep, you can see everything's looking good here. Council, court's good. Here's our court physician. He's ambitious. Let's go ahead and see if we can find a wife for him. He's like more of a combat character. Oh god. All right. So my niece, Gormlaith. Yeah, she's not about that life. Let's just, you know, let's give him a nice Helga here. They're both going to be happy. All right. So we got some raiders. We could start raiding ourselves. The reason why I haven't raised armies yet is because I'm waiting for them to actually, you know, grow in strength here. But if they do come to my territories and start raiding me, I will raise the banners here. All right, cool. So yeah, you can see ratings going on nearby territories. I think the first faction we'll take out are these guys. You can see the raiders are actually fighting, which is good. Their standing forces are going fisticuffs with one another, so hopefully we can catch them off guard. Granted, it looks like this territory is a little bit more near Jarl Ivar's territories, which is kind of scary. Okay, this guy's really, really weak. I don't think he has any allies either. So yeah, our armies are growing. We're going to wait till they're a little bit higher. We can raise his raiders, honestly, and just go raiding. We'll join the party. Although I don't know if our men-at-arms regiments will go. So is there any loot to be had here? There is 15 loot over there, which is good. So we can go over there and raid here. How much loot do we have here? 15? Okay. So our neighbors obviously like us, but we're going to go loot and take their gold. Because in the early time periods, raiding is very, very important. So we'll do that, and eventually we'll declare war. But first, let's go ahead and raid and get some dough, and then we'll bring the loot back, and then from there we'll disband, prepare our force, and we can do it. So the raids go much quicker than sieges, obviously, because you're just kind of looting the landscape here. All right, so this is my half-brother. Let's go and see if there's any good alliances we can make. She is hunchbacked, okay. Yeah, mostly here. we'll think about that one. We'll think about that one. So the raid is a success. So now we're going to go over here and raid. We've taken the loot, so you can see now it's reflected in the townscape here. That does reduce like control and several other variables here. Okay, so your brother-in-law and a treacherous zealot. Who is this guy? Oh, wow, okay. Enters a mutual alliance with you? Why does he hate us so much? I eagerly propose to formalize ties that already bind us together. He is, of Alba. See, the thing is, I think that's gonna drag me into wars, which I don't want to be in. So I'm just gonna let him get ransacked by the Vikings, probably. He's a treacherous villain anyways. I mean, come on. Loss of control. So yeah, you can see our control is pretty poor in the region here. We lost some, which is actually fine because we can get our marshal. And then you can use what's called the increased county control, and we can bring it back. It takes time, but it'll get there. Okay, so I think we've successfully raided these territories almost. Okay, did we not raid it? Okay, maybe we were in the wrong movement spot there, which is fine. Well, our conquest will start soon. We're just going to gather some resources real quick and then, you know, pull it back here. And the raiding, again, like I said, is very quick. These territories should come to heal very, very fast. We can declare war. You can see we pretty much have claims like all over the place. I probably won't call in my allies for these smaller but wars unless, yeah, there we go. Yeah, looks like the son got married. I think that's one of his wives there. Prisoners taken during the siege, so we can actually ransom him off. So if we go here, do we want to ransom him? What can we do with him? Yeah, they're not even gonna. Oh man, okay. I mean, I could move to house arrest. I could, you know, for a favor. No, you're good. You can chill in my pens for now. Okay, so we've gotten our goodies. Let's go ahead and go back. And from here, we'll disband the armies and we'll make sure to remuster. Is there anything else I want to do? Go on a pilgrimage, search for a physician. None of that really wants to happen. These are obviously some later game objectives. So once I get all of Ireland, I can found a new kingdom, which is going to be our goal here for this campaign. So we're raiding away, man. We got to find someone for him. So since he is in the family, let's see if we can find someone with some good traits here. Quick, club-footed, comely, quick. Do we have any intelligent? Ooh, yeah, this is good here. Yeah, he's not going to dig that, though. Because, I mean, but that will lead to some really solid children, but... Okay, so we've returned the loot, so when you raid, if I'm not mistaken, you actually have to go back and you have to drop off the goods. Okay, so let's go ahead and pause here. While studying the tactics of ancient generals, I was amused to learn about Julius Caesar's exploits during his conquest of Gaul. A little ingenuity, so I get military engineer. Siege phase timer, minus 30%. That is really good. Unyielding defender. We're going to be more taking an aggressive posture here. I hate when that happens. Oh, God. There we go. Friendly, fatal casualties. You gain reckless. Let's go ahead and go for the military engineer. That's really, really useful. All right, so let's go ahead and disband all. Because you actually can't declare war when you're... Should be able to do it here. Raises raiders. Raise all armies. Okay, raid loot is delivered. That should be fine here. And maybe, oh, we can't disband for another couple days. Okay, that's fine. So now we should be able to disband them. Yeah, there's like a time parameter for that. The control is being increased in the county. You can see we're almost back up to 100. So now we let our men-at-arms regiments go. So what we can do here is just some super fast forwarding. We need to find a wife for my half-brother here. I guess he's gonna want something that's a little bit more diplomatic, I guess you could say. All right, so relevance. He could marry my niece. She's got some serious intrigue. Cool. Send proposal. That's fine. The Way of the Axe. You gain respected expert, prowess, and this gives you... yeah. We're going to go ahead and take the safer route there. All right, so let's fast forward now. So we're going to fast forward a little bit, and the reason why we're doing that is to allow our armies to fully muster. I want to be at more or less full strength to make these conquests a little bit more fluid. All right, so... Oh, we have a son. Excellent. So we shall name him Torino. Yes. May you go strong and wise, my son. So first things first, when you do, of course, come into a new family member, it's really good to go to your court, find someone with really high learning. So 12. He's got 12. I think that's the highest. No, we got 16 here. Yep. All right. So you can go ahead and educate the child. You can do Torino. Send the proposal. Cool. I think she's one of the wives. I don't think she's the main one. Yeah, that's the one that... She's got the dank stats. She's like the intelligent one. She's the one who's just going to be educating all the... Oh, that's actually her child, too. Okay. Solid. Yeah, Torino will make an excellent heir, I'm sure, once he gets some decent traits. All right, so time for conquest. So first things first, we can go here. Their army is just super weak. Does he have any allies? He is allied to them. Okay, so that would pull them into war. He is allied to... How strong are you? Okay. Yeah, I think this conquest looks a little bit more juicy. This guy is super weak. Vastly inferior. So take into account, though, when it says vastly inferior, it also incorporates your ally stuff. So yeah, we'll take these guys out first. So we'll declare war. You have a couple options, obviously, but you can subjugate, you can invade the kingdom, but in this case, we only have the counter. You actually do have to spend faith to do this, which is okay. We have an excess here. So let's go ahead and raise the banners, raise all armies. Let's do it. Our army should be quite a bit better than his. And let's go ahead and let the troops gather, and then we can move across. So pause. And 681. So we'll move here. You have to be careful. There's obviously mountain ranges and hills here. So I don't want to let him get like up on the hill, right? Ideally, if I can catch him, I could call some allies to war. I can ransom him now. Okay. Ooh, that is a big ransom. Give me that. Yeah, 50 G's, baby. Nice little Conor McGregor reference there. All right, so 490. Not really sure where he's going to go. I would win pretty decisively in combat. I'm just going to go siege the city. If he doesn't want to defend it, that's fine. Because if I win and siege the city outright, like if he had stayed his city, he would have gotten like a defensive bonus. Okay, so this is one of my daughters. They grow up fast. So we can go to the council court, excuse me. Excuse me, I'm still getting used to the UI on this. So our daughter is of age. She's already betrothed, which is fine. And they're now married. Excellent. So let's go ahead and take inventory of my allies. Yeah, we have some pretty serious allies down here, and then our other alliances, I believe, a little bit further south. Yeah, man, that is a strong ally. That is a strong ally. So what's going to happen here is the AI is going to try and backdoor me. They're going to go up and attack my keep. But the problem for them is I'm going to siege much quicker than they will, especially considering I do have the siege trait, which you guys saw. Yep, so he's moving, which is totally fine. Active election for High Chieftain of Meath. Oh. Yeah, okay, that's my son. That's the troll. He's doing it, man. He's the fertile one. We shall go through ups and downs, I'm sure. All right, martial recriminations. I'm surprised to find my wife skulking in my study. Which wife is this? A bold fool. By the look on her face, something is clearly upsetting her. Okay. Yet it takes me some while to convince her to share her concerns with me. My beloved, I must convince you that Art, your champion and a dishonorable villain, has gravely insulted me. I cannot bear the thought of being close to that coarse man any further. So I could go for diplomacy. He is just one of my champions. Is banished from the realm. Let's see if I can take a more neutral approach. Banished from the realm, that sucks. Is he a good champion? Not. Oh god, he's terrible. I think he's my doctor though, isn't he? Is he the court villain? He will be gone by tomorrow, my lady. All right. So let's go ahead and pause for a second. And now we need to go and check on our military and our champions. Is there anyone I want to restrict from fighting? I think we're good. My son is growing quite a, excuse me, quite a neckbeard here. The siege will be completed 5 months, and this siege will be completed in 9 months. So I'll 100% defeat them before they defeat me. Do a little bit of fast forwarding here to speed things along, because sieges can be quite a grind. Oh, slow down to regular speed here. So this little banner in the bottom right is basically the war banner. So it dictates like the current progress of your warfare and the amount of battles you've won and all that sort of good stuff. So I'm being raided too. Get out of here with that shit, man. So we're very close. In 7 days, I'll be able to enforce my demands and claim this county for my own. So now we pause, come here. We have defeated you. You can see his armies are up here. So the AI often does that. But if you just capture the territory first, you can enforce your demands. I gained 75 fame, all sorts of good stuff. And now you'll see if you look at my kingdom here, my realms, this is mine. You can see this whole region up here is me. Now, the current holder here, I believe, is no one. So you can grant it to someone, but you don't need to until you hit your limit. Up here, if you look, you can see the domains are 2 of 4. So if you go past that, you run into problems with control and management and all that stuff. But in this case, I don't need to do that. So we can simply, oh, am I being raided still? Who is raiding me? I think the raiding stopped. We'll march the armies over just to be sure. But that's quite nice. So control in this region is 100, 100. So what we want to do, we'll just go on very slow speed for now so we can make some progress while we mess about, is get our marshal and we can have him increase control in this region, which will help it. Obviously, if you have poor control, which we do, you can see the downsides. The levies are crappy. The taxes are crappy. It really just isn't good. So we need to, and it's a fresh conquest, so no surprises there. All right, you can create a Duchy of Ulster, which was our plan here. So by creating this, we don't have the money for it, but it does give us quite a bit of glorious prestige here and will help us reach the next level of fame. But we don't have the money for it quite yet. Is there any tribal buildings I want to build? I do have some decent money. Gathering halls will give us levies and also growth. It's going to take 4 years to do that. We can actually go ahead and construct that. That's fine. We'll build some gathering halls in our main region. And I don't believe I'm being raided anymore. Oh, I guess, yeah, that's fine. Looks like one of our wives is pregnant here. Our less skillful wife here. I think everybody's being educated, all the children. Yeah, that's fine. Are you being educated, little buddy? Well, let's go ahead and pause for a second. So what we can do from here is go to our council. And just to make sure that all the children are being taken care of. Please, sir, may I have some more? We'll go to our wife with just like the dankest of stats. And she can just educate all the children. Although, okay. You can educate the nephew, that's fine. Yeah, cool. So at some point, I could even spurn the other wife. And I could make the intelligent one the primary ruler. But again, that could affect alliances that are based on that previous marriage and things like that. All right, so yeah, there's no more wars to be fought here. So we can simply just disband our armies. I don't think the Northmen are coming down. We've secured our first duchy. So that's where that screen's really useful. Ooh, we got a new perk here. So yeah, Soldier of Fortune lets us hire mercenaries, which is really good against Northman invasions because they usually come down with massive forces that are vastly superior to yours. And it's really helpful to be able to hire on the pinch there. All right, so let's see if there's any other decisions we want to do. We could call for a hunt. Hunt does reduce your stress level and also helps you increase your prestige. But I usually save that for when my character is actually stressed. Yeah, I think we're okay. Our armies will grow in strength. Now, I guess we just let our men-at-arms replenish real quick. And they're already back up. I mean, the enemy put up such a poor fight here. We can just continue our conquest. So he is allied with this gentleman. Vastly inferior. I mean, even their combined forces are pretty bad. 507. And Homeboy over here is rocking. I might have to call in an ally for this one, and I don't know if I have the resources for that. Yeah, 325 plus... Okay, I can actually win that. The problem is they're going to team up on me and probably raid this territory. So, if I could catch one of them, like, really off guard. Well... I've already used my sway scheme. So you can always be doing schemes like one at a time here, and I'm basically just trying to scheme my wife here. If there's anyone who doesn't like you, like trying to scheme sway my steward would probably be good. Yeah, he is my steward. As far as the council goes, I mean, I could replace, like find people with better stats. Stewardship is a pretty important one. He does have 13, which I think is quite nice. So if we appointed a steward, you can search here. Yeah, honestly, he's pretty decent. As far as people who can hold that position. If you look at the Chancellor here, he's a content gentleman. I see. Yeah, not too many people with higher stats than him. I mean, there's a champion, but it's not worth the drama. Our Marshal's really good. Our Spy Master is an ace. And Homeboy here we can't really get rid of, which is fine. And yeah, it's a shame. If we could, like, replace that wife with the one that's, like, intelligent. What alliances does she bring with us? I can't remember. Yeah. What house does she have? Okay. We could definitely do that. But she does come with a fair amount of claims and whatnot, so I think that's okay. All right, so here... You could declare war on you. I think we can win this war very easily. Subjugate, so we're just going to conquer the county. Looks like your enemy potential ally here. Okay. Do I have some allies down here? Just got my ally here. Hold on a second. Oh, okay, no, they're not. I was like, who are you guys? What schemes are afoot? So let's go ahead and hit play here. I could strike hard. The problem is this is a hill. So if I go up there to attack right away, I guess if I crush both their armies, and then just take this guy out. I think that could be fine. I don't have enough money for mercenary companies at the moment. The active election is going on. I can create the duchy, but I can't quite afford it yet. So this is where it gets a little scary. Yeah, Jarl Ivar is coming for blood here. And sometimes when he comes, you just have to like... You just have to let him raid. You really have to weigh the pros and cons. So I'm going to see what he does first. That's actually quite scary. The Viking invasions are really, really like... Without them, you could really conquest Ireland pretty easily, but I think he's just raiding. There's no way I can stop this army. I mean, my total forces are... Let's look here. Yeah, 1,000. I could stop one army. Okay, Ivar's going somewhere else. You know, I could actually like try and buddy up with him. I could like do a sway scheme. 52. That's probably better than, yeah, the option. We'll see if we can get him to be pals with us. We could like even look through his family and try and like arrange a marriage and stuff like that. Siblings. Yeah, he doesn't look like he has too many children who would be in the ballpark here. We can look. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So we'll sway there. I think we can start the battle. It looks like Ivar is going to do something in the deep south. So let's go ahead and click on you. Declare war. We're going to conquer your county, buddy. And their military strength should be vastly inferior. And it looks like one of our wives here is getting down. All right, so let's do that. Let's go ahead and raise all armies. So once the troops are gathered, it sucks because he's going to get a pretty big defensive bonus. We could actually lose that fight. And this gentleman is going to go and start causing problems for us too. All right, so let's go ahead here and let's think of a name. Connor. Probably a more modern spelling, but that's fine. So let's take care of that before we deal with the warfare and all that. Oh, gotta pause that because I'm now being attacked. Okay, let's go you. Let's go to our intelligent wife. And she can... I guess she's already educating enough children. So let's go back and see who else we have. Yeah, she's not educating any children. She does have robust. I think her learning is pretty good too. All right, so let's find Connor. You educate Connor. Cool. It's pretty important to educate them early. Let's actually take a look at one of our children who's Torino. Let's see if he's developed any early traits. Nothing yet. He's still too young to have developed significant traits. So this is gonna 10 months. Okay, if I just bum rush this, I can enforce my demands because he's just retreating from it. So they might occupy that, but I'm pretty sure we'll be able to siege quicker because we do have the siege trait. Yeah, great. How long is the siege gonna take? 7 months. Like our character has the juicy military engineer, which really helps with these type of situations. All right, for an extra hand. For all of the authority I supposedly wield as High Chieftain, I cannot be everywhere in the realm. Forget. There's a court physician. Court physician comes in who has been faithfully enforcing my decrees while touring the countryside. Could he serve as my right hand? How are his stats? I mean, he's a pretty good marshal. Yeah. You gain 350. I can handle everything myself if I work harder. I'm going to do that. I will gain 40 stress, but what we'll do after this battle is we're going to go on a hunt. The hunt gets rid of the stress. And the stress threshold is right here, so once you reach 100, you start to suffer penalties. But until then, you're more or less fine. All right, so this conquest is going well. 6 months here. We could do some mega fast forwarding. I think it's okay now. This gives us time to... I can call my allies to war, but there's really not any point. Do I need to like do something else here? I don't think so. Yeah, it's cool. Looks like it's going. Summon the Elector Counts. These are... ooh, are these Vikings here? Okay, who's this? Who are you, buddy? Okay, he just disbanded that army, which is fine. It looks like they abandoned the siege, too. Which means I'm just going to get this, like, totally easy. Neighboring ruler won a war. I also have the resources, too. If I get into an ugly fight, I can now call... yeah, I can call some dudes to action here. You can see this is the enemy army here. Just combining forces with these guys. But I'm going to capture their city before they capture mine. I don't know. I still might have to go over there and fight them. Looks like I'm taking some attrition up here in the hills. Is one of my allies here? Maybe I do call an ally to war. Because that's actually going to be a hard fight there. So let's go ahead. And this will be a good opportunity to show you guys too. So I'm going to call an ally to war. How much is it going to cost? Ooh, 350 for you. I think it's different depending on their strength. What are his numbers? Yeah. So let's go ahead and call him to war. He'll come over and just make sure I don't, like, lose any fights. So we have another son. We will call him... call him Ryan. He shall be named after Italian Spartacus. Alright, so we need to go educate in here. Of course, I shall join you in this war, so Big Boy's going to come over and karate chop these impudent curs. Let's do some educating. Alright, so I got my spouses here. Her learning is pretty good. We can have her educate a child here. She can get working on Ryan. Which is good. Yeah, I mean, man, the amount of heirs I've already got. 46 days left on the siege. Any issues I need to take care of. I can create the duchy, obviously, but I'm a little bit behind on income there. Yeah, I don't know if I could get there in time after I do this. Plus, my numbers are a little bit diminished. Let's see what's in this army here. We might have some men-at-arms, different things like that. Okay, 4 months left. This should put our war score pretty high. 13 days. I probably didn't need to call my ally to war. He's going to get here and just, like, karate chop this guy when he does arrive. Okay, so... You see, this is the thing. Now we've conquered... Yeah, that was stupid. Okay, well, I've learned my lesson, and hopefully it's helpful for you guys as well. You can see our army size is combined with our allies, so that's why it's so scary. But here we'll enforce demands, and boom. Victory. We get some fame. We get some goodness there. And, yeah, now this territory is ours, which the control is god-awful. And I believe this siege should end here. Let's go ahead and just pause and see. I'm pretty sure, yeah, popular opinion here. The control is increasing, which is good. Overseer is a really nice trait in the perks. So yeah, it looks like it's fine with this Vandal. Because it does cost to keep those armies up and running. Alright, so now if we take a look at our little kingdom here, you can see we control these this whole... So if we just take this, I believe that'll give us a second duchy. Yeah, we'll see. But we're going for that kingdom, baby. Going in hard. So now let's go F8. Let's call a hunt. Calling a hunt will be good because it will get rid of our stress. So sound the horn. You can actually die on hunts, which is pretty funny. You can basically get Robert Baratheon. This guy, I mean, what options? We could offer him vassalage too. He won't accept it. It's actually not that bad. He's like pretty close to doing it. He's intimidated by me. Call to war. Okay, so if I decline it, I lose 350 fame. That's really not good. If I accept it, let's see who he's fighting. So my ally is... I'm trying to see who he's fighting. Okay, so it's you down here are battling. Oh, God, it's against Ivar. Oh. You know, this is a good opportunity, though, because we can contribute to the war not by fighting the main forces, but by going here. You know what? I'm going to be a true bro and accept this. So, oh, God, this is bad. Ivar is scary, dudes. He actually likes me, too. He's an evil antagonist, yeah. Oh, man. How strong is 1,800 against 20? Okay, our combined forces might be able to put up a fight here. This will kind of pump the brakes on my conquest here of Ireland, but it will also... I can't leave my people, man. Well, he's not even, you know, on my land here, but he's my bro, man. We've been together for a while, and I don't want to lose all that fame. Okay, he's spending that. I accept! Oh, God. Ivar. So what we'll do is we'll go take this from Ivar. I think it's time to augment our forces. Let's get some pikemen. Pikemen counter light cavalry, heavy cavalry. Okay, we're not going to be encountering that probably too much in Ireland. Footmen counter spearmen. We could just get some more bowmen, honestly. We could increase the size of our bowman regiment by going here and clicking this. That's fine. Okay. Oh, God. Okay, so we're still on our hunt here. I must have scoured the hills twice over by now, and no still sign of game. Everyone expects me to return triumphant with the trophy, but as things are looking, I will only return with shame. Alright. You gain humble honesty. Direct vassal opinion. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, because here I lose 15. It's an intrigue challenge, and as you guys know, my intrigue is terrible. But I do gain... Worst case, I spend 150 prestige. That's like not bad. This is good too. Oh. The nearest market should have a boar. Alright. Oh, okay. I succeeded. Okay, that's a close one. Oh boy. This war is getting crunk. Can I call anybody to war? I mean, not really, huh? Whoa, okay. So how are our regiments doing? It looks like they should be increasing in size. We'll raise our army soon. My ally is going to get pounded by... Yeah, you can see there's some big armies. They might even be coming to me, which is a little bit scary. You know, I think on that note, we need to, like, really muster the forces. We returned home reinvigorated, which is perfect timing because now we can increase the size here and we can go ahead and create another regiment because I ain't messing around, man. Light horsemen will not be very good in this terrain we're fighting in. Pikemen are... They counter light heavy... Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Ivar is going to have like a ton of cavalry. So we'll get some armored footmen. They're expensive, but... Dudes, I mean, if the boneless one invades us, we have to be ready. How's the fighting going up here? Yeah, it looks like there's some loose battles going on. We'll come down here and take this. I mean, it's an opportunity to destabilize him in this region. Yep, it's not going too hot, huh? Okay, so this is appears to be an enemy army here. We could take that force. How are our troops doing? Still not fully marshaled to how I want them to be, so we're going to go ahead and fast forward a little bit and hope the troops can get to a decent fighting strength. I don't think I can wait too long or else my ally's just done for. Yeah, you can see he's really having a bad time here. All right, raise armies. We can't wait too long. So we could go attack this city here, which we are going to take a disembarking penalty, but his armies... Oh, God, 2,800, man. I believe this is... Yeah, Ivar's at war with, like, a ton of people. Yeah, you can see he's in multiple conflicts, so I guess if we can... We could even attack this and occupy this region. Let's do that. Yeah, it looks like Ivar's at war with... Yeah. Yeah, his strength is 3,605. All right, camp dispute. Deliver a speech and unify the crowd, or the fighting escalates as onlookers look in. Have them whipped. And, you know, I'm just going to spend that. Because I don't want the fighting to escalate right as I'm about to go to war. God, fighting in this terrain sucks for my people, too. Here you can see... You know what? Let's just go down here. I changed my mind. We'll take this out. Hopefully that'll... Yeah, it's a good thing, too. I think he just landed some troops over here. All right, that's fine. Let's roll, man. We're kind of... We need some time to stabilize these regions we have. Control here is getting better. I could grant them to some folks, too. I'm going to need to soon. I mean, giving it to, like, your son or something like that is fine. Or someone who is intimidated by you. I think my lord is in good health, too. Yeah, my health is good. It's fine. And I have stubborn, too. Okay, so we're sieging this city. That'll give us some contribution to the war effort. And also we'll, you know, put a little dent in the side of the boneless one here. So the thing is, if you disembark, like come from ocean to land, you actually get a military penalty for quite some time. So you can lose fights that you would normally win pretty bad. Okay. Prestige, hostile scheme resistance. Extra vigilant. How much prestige is that? I hate that. I need to like get that to... You know, I think we'll just take the extra vigilance. Yeah, it's fine. A little bit of gold doesn't hurt too. All right, so the siege is underway. We have a relatively decent army now, which is nice. I think if we can catch Ivar's armies like as they board me here. Okay, he's coming. He's got to be coming over here. No, it looks like he's heading up that direction. If I had landed there, I could have been in some trouble. My troops are not like super well equipped to fight in these regions. Okay, this is good. So you can see we're actually winning the war. And this little situation I'm doing here actually helps. We have our tribal holding building here. Can't really construct anything. Holding in central provides taxes and levies. Okay, that's cool. High Chiefess gains the trait pregnant. All right, so be it. Definitely a very serious family. This son, oh my god, he has lover's pox. Oh god. Our son is just so terrible. Oh man. All right, so we're about to occupy this, so it won't like give it to us, but it will watch the war score. It's going to go from 7 to probably something a little bit better here. Is this an enemy army here? Is it hostile? I can't really tell. Okay. So yeah, we just went up to 25, right? Because we control it, and we also get money from occupying it. So now we can come over here and prepare to... but again, it's still owned by Ivar here. But, helps us win the war. So next we can go over there and help out. We also get a percentage of the kind of our... How's our development here? 2 of 100. Oh, God. Yeah, it's pretty much neglected because we have a tribal government. Low control here. Yeah, no surprises. It's getting better. I'm pretty sure my marshal is helping there. Let's go to the military, go to the council, increase control. Boom, there you go. And we're increasing development, although probably just collecting taxes is better. I totally forgot that there's like a tribal penalty for that. Okay, is this... Let's move over here. Yeah, if we can keep backstabbing Ivar while he's like busy fighting other wars. We have a good army. 1,300 troops isn't bad. All right, let's move across. Hopefully we don't get intercepted. Yeah, it looks like the war has mostly been won, actually. Also, guys, if you don't contribute to battles, you start to... Like, it pisses off your allies. Okay, so... Wow, we won the war. Okay. So, let's see. We won the war. That's awesome. Ivar the Boneless has been weakened, which is great. That's, like, exactly what we want in Ireland, because now we can take that territory he controls. What do I get? Let's see. Okay, do we get anything? Hey, I contributed, man. Your war contribution. Okay, that's good. There it is. Awesome. So I got some stats and opinions with my allies. Even better. Great. So we can disband the armies now. Your glory is widely known. Yeah, you can see now. So if we pause, guys, you can see if we take a look here at the prestige, I'm distinguished, which means my secular opinion is better. I'm able to get more knights, which means I want to go to my knighthood here. Oh, we actually have some guests in the court. Spy Master, another Spy Master type character. I could recruit them. I think I'm all good on champions, though, for now. Sometimes you want to... Ooh, he's actually would be a really good... And he's young, too, and he's got really good diplomacy. Oh, man, 93 gold. You get what you pay for. You certainly get what you pay for. All right, guys. I think that's a good place to leave off on the first episode. We have successfully secured the duchy, if we look at the duchy map here of Ulster here. And we're working on Connacht, and also we're going to try and get this bad boy here. Definitely got to get that. Definitely got to take this guy out and claim that territory. And then, more or less, we're like halfway through. The Vikings haven't been too much of a threat so far. Second in line to... Ooh, we're in line to inherit something, it would appear. So let's go ahead and zoom here. Yeah, so we're in second line to inherit some good stuff. We do have a perk, so we'll do absolute control, which is really good. Let's go ahead and show you guys what it does first. Enables absolute control. Absolute control is a special state of control enabled by the perk, denoting the ruler has an iron grip over the population. When the control is 100, it will instead display absolute and give additional bonuses and taxes and levies. So you can see why that's so good. In the early times, like that's what you want. And Overseer gives us martial stewardship and growth. Like even in like the later time periods, like Overseer is my favorite trait to go for. It is so incredibly nice. So any events we could do, we could host a feast. Hosting a feast is better once you have vassals because it increases your opinions. I don't have any vassals at the moment because I haven't reached my holding limit. So I can control everything with my greedy paws, basically, which is kind of the game plan. And yeah, I mean, we could create the duchy soonish. We certainly have the fame, but yeah, a little ways off there. Our religion's going okay. Nothing we really need to do there. It's, I mean, we could go on a pilgrimage. Going on a pilgrimage isn't a bad idea to just get your faith going, but it costs a minimum of 50 gold. So it's no joke, man. It's no joke. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining for the first episode. I'm having an absolute blast. This time we shall unify or attempt to unify Ireland. We'll see how it goes. I'm sure we'll get some big enemies, but something I learned from the campaign I did with Spartacus is that when you're playing on Ireland, all your enemies have to disembark. So if you can catch bigger armies disembarking on your shores and ambush them, you can win like against double the size, enemies, especially if you have really good martial skill, which we do. And our dude's 41. He might actually survive to make it all the way there. Oh, man, it sucks that this guy, the son here, he's just so haggard. Oh, God. I mean, he's got decent learning, I guess. I mean, it's like everything else is just terrible. He's having his own children. Yeah, he's got the lover's pox. She's got it too. She's been getting around a little bit, I guess. So yeah, that's something. Well, how are my other sons doing? How's Torino? Maybe we'll make him the heir. Okay, so the daughter is doing great. How is our son doing here? Okay, he's at least got good stewardship. He's very young, obviously, so we could work with him. Torino's getting there. He's got bossy, so he's probably going to be a militaristic lad, which is good. Yeah, he can take over for us. I don't know. We'll see who gets the good traits, but he's very young, obviously, so that's a ways off. All right, lads, thank you so much for joining. If you guys enjoyed the Crusader Kings here on the channel, please do like and give it some love. Lets me know you guys want to see some more, but I don't know. It could become a mainstay here, but regardless, I am planning some streams with Italian Spartacus and the crew so we can get the nasty schemes going once again. It'll be a lot of fun. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate you all, and you guys have an excellent night and take care.